Alright, today's video is going to be really different because it could result in something very, very valuable for you. I'm here at Island Marina on Lake Catherine. For those of you from out of town, this is in Orleans Parish, the same parish that New Orleans is in. And the goal today is to catch one fish. All I need to do today is catch one legal redfish that I will tag with a star tag. The star tournament kicks off really, really soon. And I don't know, other star taggers may release their fish in areas that are not very prominent. But I know this, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you exactly where I release this fish. Now, I have a total of 5 star tags. So I may end up doing more than one today. I don't know. But I know I'm doing at least one if I'm fortunate enough to catch a fish. I haven't fished this area in quite a while. And I know conditions here have not been that great. But I wanted to release this fish somewhere prominent that's close and convenient where a lot of people have a chance to catch it and win either a truck, an RV, or a brand new boat. This is going to be exciting. I can't wait to get on the water. I've seen better water, but it's definitely fishable. Get the f out of here, man. Ow! That's This episode of Marsh Man Masson brought to you by Puglia Sporting Goods. Oh, there's a fish already. Look at that. Maybe my second or third cast. But is he legal? That's the question. Look how white this fish is because of this dirty water. Boy, is he white. All right, he's got a shot. He's got a shot of being 16 inches. I don't think he is. Definitely a very skinny fish, but let's take a look. All right, this fish actually barely makes it, and this is perfect for the star tournament. You actually want to tag these smaller fish. This is going to be awesome. I think I'm going to put him in the live well and release him in a more prominent area. All right, that's a very, very good omen. Now all I'm doing, my strategy for the day, I'm just gonna beat the banks with this gold number 4 H&H spinner, teamed with a 1/4 ounce death grip jig head and a shrimp creole colored matrix shad. So we're 2 or 3 casts in. Well, now I guess I'm probably 4 or 5 casts in, and I've already gotten my goal accomplished. But as I mentioned, I do have 5 tags, so I wouldn't mind tagging some additional fish as well. I really thought it'd be much more of a struggle finding our first legal fish just because of how beat up the water's been in this area. It's just been really, really ugly. Partially from the Bonnet-Carré spillway opening, dumping tons of Mississippi River water into Lake Pontchartrain that eventually filtered over into this area, but also because of the crazy spring winds we've been having. And this water is definitely off-colored. It's not beautiful, that's for sure. But my trolling motor foot is a good foot down and I can see it. So I'll tell you this, I've caught fish in a whole lot worse water than this. Now I'm running across a lot of widgeon grass. It's kind of a pain in the butt at times, but those fish definitely love it. I'm seeing just a tremendous amount of bait along this shoreline. So I like our chances of bumping into something else. We've got a rising tide. It's gonna be rising all day. Man, if you saw my last video, you know how bad the deer flies were. They're much worse today, absolutely terrible. I keep getting bitten, and those things hurt. Now, I'm totally unfamiliar with this particular stretch of shoreline, but I kind of like that because it forces you to fish a lot smarter and pay closer attention to anomalies. Anything you see that's maybe a break in the shoreline, or any bait that's around, any pushes from fish, you're not going off of nostalgia. You're not fishing areas that produced for you in the past, so you really have to pay closer attention, and you really generally fish better when that's the case. Now, this grass is kind of giving me fits, but I feel like it's too sparse to fish as an actual edge. You know, when that grass gets really matted, you can just fish the edge of the aquatic vegetation. But it's too sporadic in here, I feel like. I feel like these fish would be in the middle of it. I keep getting hit by, it must be needlefish, hitting the blade. Definitely getting a lot of little pecks. When those reds hit though, you know it. Looks like they got a little bayou coming up here. Might tuck into that a little bit. Fish the bank along there just to see what's going on. Boy, something just devoured a shrimp. Oh, I thought he'd hit me, but he did not. I must be full of grass. Not full of it, definitely got some though. Now, if you saw my last video, you saw me whining about the rod I tied this bait onto. It was a really limber, medium light. It's really designed for throwing jerk baits, and it cost me a few fish. I made a better decision today. I've got it on a much better rod. This is a medium with fast action. Medium power, fast action. I still get amazed at how many people say, oh, well, that was a needlefish. How many people say medium action? When actually what that refers to is the power of the rod, not the action. Action is listed as fast or slow, extra fast. That's the action. That's the tip of the rod and how much play it has. One thing I'm kind of noticing is that this area we're fishing has a really slowly sloping bank. Slowly sloping bank. And I don't like that. So I'm hoping that changes in this little bayou here. If not, I might make a big move and go find something better. Now, the thing with tagging for the star is you don't want to tag fish that are too big, because fish at the upper end of the slot or even beyond that are close to moving offshore, and then they become kind of a needle in a haystack. Sweet spot is about a 16 to 18 inch red. Good thing with those, they're less likely to break line, and they're certainly going to stay inside for at least the duration of the star tournament. This episode of Marsh Man Masson brought to you by H&H Lure Company, and by Bill Lewis, and by Cito New Orleans, and by Versamax Courts, and by Sportsman's Outfitters. Boy, there's some pretty drains in this bayou. It'd be nice to fish on a falling tide, but we don't have that right now. So there's an armored train trestle at the southern end of Lake Catherine. That would be a great place to release this redfish. So I think I'm gonna work my way through this bayou, maybe catch another one, hopefully. But either way, I'm gonna head down to that trestle, tag this fish, and let him go. Yeah, that helps. 3.8. Let's get out of here. All right, tag number LA1221, 2019 star, LA1221, I think. Writing's kind of small. LA1221. All right, now the fun part's gonna be getting him out of the live well, because he's pretty feisty. I just checked on him a minute ago. I'm gonna cheat and use the net because I don't want to stress him out too much. So yeah, I actually do carry a net. I just never use it. All right, we got him. This fish is just barely 16 inches. All right, here he is. Fish number 1221. All right, 1221, do your thing, buddy. There he goes. All right, 1 down, 4 to go. All right, I'm gonna show you exactly where I am. That right there is the train trestle running across Lake Catherine, and that's where it meets the eastern shoreline. I'm maybe 50 yards away from there. Now look, obviously fish have tails and they swim, they move. There's no guarantee this fish is gonna stay right here. But I've been tagging redfish for at least 8 years, and one thing I've discovered is that the fish are very loyal to the area that they're in. They don't move a whole lot at all. So if you pounded about a mile radius from this area, there's at least a decent chance you're gonna bump into that fish. Now don't do it yet, wait until the star opens. And of course you have to be registered in order to win. You gotta be registered ahead of time.